afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is March 23, 2016. This is Texan TV News from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas. I am Sydney Burns, and here are today's top stories. In campus news, two sororities on campus are hosting their philanthropy events tonight. Both Delta Zeta and Alpha Omicron Pi are raising money for their sororities philanthropy. Delta Zeta is hosting Hoops for Hearing, a 3-on-3 basketball tournament. The tournament will be tonight from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Rec Center. The cost is $25 for a team of 5, and all proceeds will go to the Starkey Hearing Foundation. Just outside the Rec Center on the intramural fields, Alpha Omicron Pi will be having their event, Smoke Out Arthritis. Here's AOPI's philanthropy chair for more on this event.
Our Smoke Out Arthritis event is going to be a cook-off and a little mini carnival. We're going to have a lot of games for little kids, but also we want to attract the college community as well. So we're going to have like a dunk tank, and we're also going to have an obstacle course bounce house. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We're also going to have just a few other little things, like a little face painting and a little Oscar Pease pond. That way the little kids can pick out a duck and get a prize. Just little stuff like that. Well, we're having a hot dog eating contest, a cornhole tournament. In our dunk tank, we're having a bunch of chapter presidents such as DPhi, AGR, Lambda Chi, and even some of the non-Panhellenic or interfraternal council such as Kappa Delta Chi. Including the chapter presidents, we're also going to have a special professor guest, which is going to be Brian Scoggins. He's going to be out there at 7 o'clock, so come out and dunk him for all the bad grades he's given you. All of our proceeds are going towards the AOPI Foundation, and it's all benefiting arthritis research. It's money that we possibly can in order to benefit arthritis research. Arthritis currently has no cure, so the most money that we can raise for the research is the best way to go about it. The event is going to be tonight at 5 o'clock, and we will be selling t-shirts there up until around 10 o'clock or until we sell out. So make sure everyone comes out and supports AOPI for our first philanthropy event. It should be good. I'm really hoping that this is going to be a great turnout, and if anything, we can improve for years to come.
This is a great opportunity to support two sororities on campus, but also give back to two different philanthropies. In sports news, according to the Flash today, the Tarleton men's basketball team spent part of its day yesterday giving back to the Frisco community that is hosting the Texans and other qualifiers for the NCAA Division II Men's Basketball Elite Eight. The Tarleton players met with students at Robertson Elementary School discussing the importance of teamwork, sportsmanship, and education. Tarleton faces Augustana University tonight at 6 p.m. If they win, they will advance to the semifinal game tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. All games are at the Dr. Pepper Arena in Frisco, Texas. In regional news, Tarleton Rec Center and Tarleton ROTC are teaming up for a Community Glow 5K and 1-mile fun run. The fun run will take place tomorrow at the Stephenville City Park, and all runners, walkers, and those of any fitness level are invited. All pre-race activities start at 6:30 p.m. The 1-mile fun run starts at 7:30, followed by the 5K at 8. Shauna Moody, Assistant Director of Fitness and Wellness, said they will be taking registration online until race day, and then will also still let people do walk-up registrations right before the race takes off. All the proceeds for this event will go back to the Tarleton ROTC for various cadet activities. To register online, you can visit www.runsignup.com/race/register. In state news, according to the Associated Press, 49-year-old Dennis Patrick Meehan Hughes of Pearland, Texas, has pleaded guilty to child pornography charges. Hughes is a former pediatric oncologist at the University of Texas MD Anderson Cancer Center. He was arrested in June of 2015 and is no longer employed at the Cancer Center. According to federal prosecutors, he appeared in court on Tuesday and confessed to receiving and possessing many child pornography images. Law enforcement confiscated a total of 329 videos and 2,693 images attributable to Hughes. Sentencing is scheduled for June 1st. In national news, Illinois homeless shelters are struggling to stay afloat without the help from the state, but could possibly get a big financial boost through specialty scratch-off lottery tickets. If passed by the Illinois legislature, a new $3 scratch ticket will be created, and all proceeds beyond administrative costs and prize money will go towards grants to help shelters that serve thousands of homeless people. The Illinois Department of Human Services, that provides programming for the state's homelessness as well as the youth and disabled, currently owes over 800 private contractors about $168 million in back payments. According to the comptroller Leslie Munger, the state's backlogged bills could reach $10 billion by this June 30th. Thaddeus Jones said this plan, if the bill is passed, could be a creative way to address homelessness as well as create a long-term path towards independency among the population. He said his proposal is one way to fund human services without adding more costs to the undecided budget. In international news, U.S. cities ramped up security at airports, transit systems, and landmarks across the country yesterday following the deadly terror attack in Brussels. Still, officials assured Americans they knew of no specific or credible threats. For more on this, we turn to a video from the Associated Press.
Hours after deadly attacks in Brussels Tuesday morning killed more than 30, officials in cities across the United States announced stepped-up security at airports, transportation sites, and other high-profile locations, out of what they said was an abundance of caution.
There is no specific and credible threat against New York City at this time, but we are in a high state of vigilance and readiness.
New York's police department deploying additional counterterrorism teams to crowded areas, including the subway system, as well as the 3 major airports in the area. Similar precautions being taken in and around the nation's capital and at airports from Atlanta to Chicago. The Department of Homeland Security tweeting, "DHS will not hesitate to adjust our security posture to protect the American people."
We do have to be concerned about something like this, particularly something like this attack. An attack on soft targets. Striking soft targets, unfortunately, it's not difficult.
Across the nation, commuters and passengers expressed some jitters.
I feel confident that the government's keeping us safe, but I am always worried a little bit about traveling on the metro or any other mass transit.
But refused to let the attacks deter them from traveling.
I'm glad to see the additional police out here, but I think it'll be a fine day. I think everything will be okay.
Testifying on Capitol Hill, Defense Secretary Ash Carter warned the Brussels attacks will only strengthen the U.S. commitment to destroy the Islamic State group, which claimed responsibility for Tuesday's blasts.
No attack will affect our resolve to accelerate the defeat of ISIL.
New York City Police Commissioner Bill Bratton said at least his city should expect to see some level of ramped-up security for the foreseeable future. Kelly Daschle, Associated Press.
For more of today's national and international news, we turn to the Associated Press for the AP News Minute.
This is AP News Minute. Belgium state broadcaster says it's identified 2 of the men who carried out Tuesday's bombings in Brussels. It says they're brothers who've been known to police for past crimes, but not for anything related to terrorism. Some people waited in line for hours to vote as 3 western states held primaries and caucuses. Democrat Hillary Clinton and Republican Donald Trump won Arizona. Republican Senator Ted Cruz won Utah. Democratic Senator Bernie Sanders won Utah and Idaho. President Obama is in Argentina following his visit to Cuba. The president's visit includes a joint news conference with Argentina's president and a town hall meeting with young Argentinians. A rocket launched from Cape Canaveral, Florida late Tuesday. It's carrying cargo to the International Space Station. Sandy Kozel, The Associated Press, with AP News Minute.
For today's weather forecast, skies will be partly cloudy and windy. Winds will be coming out of the southwest at 21 miles per hour. By this afternoon, we could see a high in the upper 80s. Skies tonight will be mostly clear with lows in the mid-40s. Today's broadcast was produced by Candy Carpenter and Rebecca Hernandez. You can watch Texan TV live on weekdays and on Northland Cable Channel 9 and on Channel 2.1 in all residence halls. Don't forget to follow Texan News Service on Facebook and Twitter, and check out our website at www.texannews.net. Tune in tomorrow for the latest news from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas.